Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred on the outskirts of Raccoon City. There have been outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Raccoon City Police Department dispatched the Bravo team from the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, STARS, to investigate, but contact was lost shortly after arrival. In response, the Alpha team were sent to investigate their compatriots' last known whereabouts, a forest situated at the edge of the nearby Arklay Mountains. Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict when they found it. The pilot's corpse was inside. It looked like he'd been badly mauled by a wild animal. Of Bravo team, there was no sign. Alpha team continued their search, but the situation quickly turned into a nightmare. Attacked by a pack of rabid monsters, the Alpha team were forced to flee and take refuge in a sprawling mansion, previously hidden by the dense trees. They stand now in the mansion's eerie front hall, gasping for breath. As they begin to get their bearings, an uncomfortable truth hits them. There are only 4 STARS members left. No one knows whether their other teammates are alive or dead. Is the mission still to investigate the bloody murders and find missing teammates, or is it to survive and escape? Resident Evil the board game is a cooperative game of survival horror for 1 to 4 players set in the desolate Spencer Mansion surrounding wilderness. In order to survive this mysterious building full of strange puzzles and relentless undead adversaries, players must work together. As a team, they must search for a way to enter the sinister laboratory beneath the mansion and plunge into this nightmare. There are several paths and areas to explore, but often access will be limited by locked doors. During each scenario, the players not only need to complete the set of objectives to be successful, but also find clues and campaign items allowing them to progress to the next area, and sometimes they'll need to backtrack later on after finding a missing key elsewhere. Along the way, every resource the players find must be carefully managed. They'll need to learn when to attack enemies and when to flee, and who is best at solving puzzles while the others watch their back. Unpredictable narrative events will force difficult decisions for how to progress. Will the players save a comrade in need if doing so means entering a dangerous location, or leave their unlucky ally to a grisly fate? Each playthrough is unique and tells a story defined by your decisions. It's time to enter the world of survival horror. I will be playing solo in this campaign, starting off as Jill Valentine. There will be other STARS members that will be unlockable through events as the game progresses, and some of them will die as the game progresses. In each scenario, there are 3 phases. The action phase, which is the player phase, during which you can perform up to 4 actions. Move, where you move to an adjacent square without crossing a wall or corner. Attack, where you perform an attack with a weapon in your inventory. Open or close a door. Search, discard an item token in the same square and draw an item card. Trade, exchange any number of items with another character in the same or an adjacent square. And use an item. Resolve the text on item card, then discard that card. If you discard a card during the action phase without effect, it doesn't cost an action. So you can just drop items at any time without using them if you want. After that comes the reaction phase. Reactions are for enemies that are on the same tile as the character, or on any tiles that are linked through open doors. If a character is in range and line of sight of the enemy, then that enemy will perform an attack. If the model is not in range to attack, it will move towards the closest character. And whenever it attacks, it could perform its special ability depending on the card from the tension card deck. Lastly is the tension phase, where you draw a card from the tension deck, which can spawn enemies, cause events to happen, and so on and so forth, or cause nothing to happen. But the tension deck is also your timer. If you run out cards in the tension deck, it's game over. In the first few rounds of the game, you get to just reshuffle the deck back together when it runs out. But after the initial scenarios, the only way to reshuffle it is by using an ink ribbon item, which you start with 1 if you're playing with 1, 2, or 3 players. You get 2 if there are 4 players. And you have to be in the same square or an adjacent square as a typewriter, which discards both of them but lets you reshuffle the tension deck to recreate it. So right now we are going to be doing the tutorial scenario. which is Tutorial, the Gunshot. Each of you stands unsteadily in the mansion's main hall, trying to regain your breath after the frantic escape through the forest. As you survey these eerie surroundings and try to assess what happened, a muffled gunshot echoes from behind a set of doors to your left. You'd better investigate. We've got the tiles laid out as this map image that's on the screen now will show. We will be starting in the spot marked as 1 because 2 would be for a second player, which we don't have. There are 4 A cards there are 4 item A's on the map marked with the A icon. Those are 2 handgun rounds or 2 handgun clips and 2 green herbs. There are also 6 zombies that are on the field right now. Basically, to complete the scenario, we have to reach the symbol marked with a door, and spend an action when there is no zombies on that tile. And that's how we'll get out. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, so here we go. So, for action, 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3 to open the door. There's a zombie, our first enemy. I'm gonna, even though this is the prologue, the tutorial prologue, I'm gonna, and it doesn't explicitly say it in the rules, but I'm gonna treat it as part of the campaign. So I'm gonna go through the in-phase steps that you normally would for a scenario. And one of those is that if there's more than 5 zombies on the map at the end of the scenario, then the danger level increases. So we've got 6 zombies that are on here. No zombies can spawn, as I covered in the overbrief, the briefing, whatever. So we need to kill at least 2 zombies. And we're doing this mission primarily to grab the 4 item cards, just to give us a little boost up when we get into the scenario, because it's 2 green herbs and 2 handgun ammos. So we need to kill 2 zombies. Our exit's right here. I should have something to mark out. I think I used to have an exit token. Maybe there was an exit token in there and I missed it. But anyway. And we are playing this Jill. And actually, even though it's not going to come into play yet, because you won't do any of the missions or narrative events in this one, I'm going to go ahead and real quickly give the Stars deck one more shuffle. That was terrible. Let's actually try to get the cards to land on each other so they'll shuffle. There we go. And then once more, and then we'll figure out who our partner is. All right, so our partner, even though they aren't going to be doing much right this round, is going to be Speyer. So our partner character is Forrest. I'll be able to switch to play as Forrest at any point between scenarios if like Jill dies or gets seriously injured. And he'll go on missions if any missions occur. But okay, so anyway. We are going to take our handgun ammo down from 15 to 12, so we can take 3 shots here. And we got 2 pushes. We will push him behind us, because you can push him any direction, even though it's weird that, you know, shoot somebody in front of us and they wind up behind you. So that was 4. No, you know what? We are not going to push him there. Yeah, we'll push him there. Okay, so reaction phase. He moves forward 1. And we draw. All clear. Okay, so we're going to move 1. We're going to use 1 die to use the knife to try and kill it. Which we get another push. And we'll knife it again, since it's not moving closer yet. We're not going to move it with the push. Gets pushed again, so that was 3, 4. Okay, well. Reaction, zombie moves into our square. And we got an all clear. So we're moving this down to 9. We are not off to a great start. We take a damage from the zombie and we push it, so we're going to push it there. We're just going to call that done. 2, 3, and 4. We draw the item card, which is 1 green herb. Reaction, zombie moves there. And all clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move closer. They are going to move closer. All clear. Moving down to 6 bullets for first shot. Yeah, we move here. Okay, we killed one. Because this is the tutorial, the zombie's tough hide ability is not going to affect, as I covered again in the briefing, so it does not leave a corpse. He's just off the table. So that's good. He moves closer, and he moves closer. We're going to lower our handgun ammo down to 3. Fuck! Third action. And final action, we're going to try and knife him. Which was a push. He goes there, he goes there. Reaction, they both move into my square. All clear with their special ability now active, so they've now got range 1 for their attacks. Okay, we need to move out of their square. That was on 1 damage, not fine. So we need a medium evade. Where the fuck are these damage dice doing? Okay, so we take a damage and we push him. We get medium evade. So that's 2. Draw the card for 3, which is handgun bullets. Get that off the table. And we're going to try and stab one of them. It doesn't matter because they're both equidistant. And they're both going to be able to attack here in a second anyway. And we push 1, but it's not going to matter. So then on the reaction, they both get to attack. They both have range 1, so we try and dodge. So we dodge the first one, even though he still moves into the square because of his lunge. Where's the fucking damage dice when I need it? We take another damage, which takes us down further, and he's in our square again. I am getting rocked by this fucking tutorial. Or possibly by this table. Hang on one second. I'm going to try and find something real quick to roll into. Okay, so we're going to roll inside one of the box lids here. So we're going to try and dodge away from them. Large evade. Hey, that actually looks good. So it's 1, 2... Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot this guy gets to do his lunge attack still, so large evade. He is in our square though, and all clear, still with special abilities. Okay. We are going to try and dodge past him to the item, which we do. So that was 1, 2 to pick up the item, which is the other handgun bullets. We're going to try and stab him for 3. We push him. We're going to try and stab him again for 4. We don't. He moves into our square. It's his turn, his reaction. He's going to attack. We try and dodge, which we do. All clear, no special ability. Okay, so we're going to dodge past this one. We do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They move into my square. He moves there. Corner. Locate the tile close to the active character where there are enemies but no characters. Remove the enemy on that tile with the highest threat level and place them on the character's tile on the closest spawn point. Well, shit. Guess that's technically him. At this point, it may be worth it to cut losses and leave that last green herb behind. Oh, we still need to kill one more, though. Well, shit. Let's try and dodge past these two. Which we do. So 1, 2... We're going to use our last 3 bullets to try and kill one of them for 3. We push one of them too. So 1, 2. He moves closer. He moves closer. He moves closer. We just got a conga line of zombies here. Reaction. Moves into my square. Moves closer. Moves closer. Moves closer. And all clear with special abilities. Yeah, we're going to cut our losses. We're going to start off with the danger level a little bit higher because of this, but this is a fucking tutorial and I'm getting my shit rocked. Okay, so we have to use an action to open the door. We have to dodge past the zombie to open the door, I should say. Which we do. Seriously, where the fuck are the death dice when I actually am trying to attack? Now I need to make a second to dodge past him through the door, which we don't get. We take 1 more damage, but he gets pushed. 3, close the door for 4. Zombies don't react. All clear. 1, 2. And that's the end of the tutorial. We just got our shit rocked. Like I said, I'm going to treat this like the end phase from any scenario. So, 1, increase the mansion danger level by 1. 2, if there are 5 or more corpses, there are no corpses, so we don't have to worry about that. 3, if there are 5 or more zombies on the plane area. As hard as I fucking tried, could only kill 1 of the fuckers. So danger level goes up by another 1. So we're now danger level 2. Discard any key items. We don't have any. Reset the handgun to 15. Heal each player character by 1 level. And I guess that green herb's not going to be as helpful in the long run as I thought, because we have to use it now to go up 1 more. Shuffle any discarded item A, tension, and counter cards back in their respective decks, discarding remaining ink ribbons. Okay, so at the end of that, I'd call that probably a net loss. We got the 2 handgun bullets, but we're going to start the first scenario at half health. We will have a first aid spray when we start, which we'll probably have to use immediately just to get back to full health. Yeah, I'd call the tutorial a net loss, even though we won, because danger level went up by 2, and we're starting at half health. Anyway, that's the tutorial done. Next time when we play, we will be doing scenario first floor west 1. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.